Alright, I've been absolutely blasting on the Titan Reforged Realms, leveling up. We're getting close to level 80, and today what we're doing is we're grinding Grizzly Hills quests and doing random dungeon finders. So we're going to pick up some quests here in Amberpine Lodge, start doing those. Our dungeon queue will pop, we'll do the dungeon, back to questing, then dungeon, then questing, and it should be pretty fun. Titan Reforged Realms are realms that released in China only. I do not know why. I'm not sure Blizzard has said why, but that's the way it is. And the idea with these realms is they're based on Wrath of Lich King, level 80, you know, Wrath of Lich King talents, Wrath of Lich King gear, all that stuff. And the twist is that all the raids from Vanilla and TBC and Wrath of Lich King are all scaled up to level 80. So they're all level 80 raids, 25 player raids, and all the loot is like redesigned, reworked, and has new set bonuses for all the tier sets. And also another really cool thing is all the legendary weapons are going to be upgradable. So if you get a legendary weapon early, you'll be able to upgrade it to keep it relevant as, you know, we go through like 11 or 12 phases worth of raids because we're doing all the vanilla and all the TBC and all the Wrath of Lich King raids. I've been having a lot of fun. You know, mostly what I've been exposed to so far is just Wrath of Lich King stuff. But I'm very excited to try the new raids, or, you know, reworks of the new raids and get a look at the new loot. That comes out, I believe, December 5th. So it's about a week away from today right now. But, you know, if you're watching this on YouTube, this will not be releasing the same day it's recording. Right. Yeah, let's grab some quests, see what we're doing. That's the idea. Any idea if classic knacks are just northern knacks in the sky? I do not know. Let's see, this quest, we don't want an amber seed. Did I not get the right quest? Oh, let me show you the gear I'm working with. We got the Scabrous helm. Hang on. Where is this? Missing a quest. There we go. Okay, that's... Okay. There we go. We got this. We got the Pendant of Cunning, Shoulder Pads of Abhorrence, Dark Cloak of the Marsh, Vest of Vengeance. This came from Blood Furnace back in Burning Crusade, but it had all those sockets in it. It's still really good. I haven't found anything better. Brykel Shackles, we got these twin weapons that match, the Arm Blade and the Draconid thing. Still got an Argent Dawn commission, never really found a second good trinket. We've mostly been focused on leveling up and making gold, because there's a lot of stuff you need gold for. Replenish the storehouse, amber seeds. You know, you need gold for flying, you need gold for mounts, you need gold for skill training. You need gold to buy your Titan Steel Spellblade. One thing I'm really looking forward to is getting level 80, getting a Spellblade like I already have, and then going and getting a Fell Striker again, doing Fan of Knives, super big Giga AoE stuff. Really looking forward to that. That was one of my favorite things to do in Wrath of Lich King. And, you know, since this is based on Wrath of Lich King, I imagine I'll be able to do it here too. Okay, let's see. So, Venison quest seems to be pretty much everywhere. So, let's not worry about going specifically for that quest right now. We can go for Blackroot Stalk, and then we can go for Grey Mist Hunter and Cedar Chest. Okay, so we should go west. And we should just kill all the stags we find along the way to maybe get venison off of them. Pagani says you've gone 5 days smoke-free. Well, congratulations. I hope you can continue with that. That's a big accomplishment. Do you know if they will rework the bosses? I would assume they have to, because they're trying to scale everything to be 25 player. So some of the bosses, I imagine, like, especially some of the, like, vanilla 40-player bosses, or, like, 10-player bosses from Karazhan might see changes, like, in their mechanics. But they'll certainly see changes numerically in, like, their health and damage output, so that they're all going to be relevant, right? You know, it's not like you're going into, you know, vanilla vanilla molten core at level 80 and just one-shotting things. No, no, no. That's not what's happening. On this character, I went with skinning and leatherwork. Sorry, skinning and mining, because I didn't quite have a good idea what professions I wanted to have at max level. So I just picked double gathering. I've been able to make a whole lot of gold off of that, especially mining. Mining has made a huge amount of gold. And then I'll probably just drop them and go other professions at max level. I'm pretty sure I want to do tailoring, but I haven't totally decided on what the other profession would be. And for those of you in the West, in the US and Europe that want to play this, you know, I said it came out in China. Unfortunately, I don't have a good thing to tell you. It's kind of just like you got to know a guy who can help you set up an account, right? Because for the access to the game in the Chinese market, you need some kind of, you know what? I'm not totally clear on what the requirements are, but like as a U.S. citizen, I can't, you know, I can't just straight up make an account. I need someone, you know, who can help me with that. And I can't really speak too much to the specifics, but I can say I'm pretty confident that, you know, no one's gonna get in trouble or anything for doing this. You know, from what I've been told. We just got out of a Draktheron keep right before this, and what do we get? Did we get an item out of it? Yeah, we got the Scabrous Hide Helm. Really good. 63 agility, 92 attack power, 35 armor penetration. The meta with the random dungeons is kind of peculiar to me, as you know, not really what it's like in the North American servers I'm used to playing on. The meta in the random dungeons is to skip literally every boss you possibly can and just go to the last boss as fast as possible, kill it, and leave. Occasionally, people will ask for killing a certain boss, you know, because it drops some loot that they want. But other than that, they will, you know, the usual thing is that they will just skip as much as they possibly can. And here we go. Here's another random dungeon. Let me see, can I kill this bear? I want to get this mining node before I hit accept here. There we go. We're in. Alright, let's refresh some poisons on my weapons. ZCD says a Chinese player has posted the registration process on their website. Are you saying like a way for, you know, Westerners to make accounts? You know, without having to have any like special help? Because I would be very interested in promoting that if you could give me details. Because I mean, a lot of people that are in the audience for me are from the West and are, you know, kind of frustrated they can't play this. So as soon as I become aware of a like streamlined way to let people from the West access this, I will be happy to promote it. Skinning. The Borean leather is about 40 silver each. There's pretty good amount of gold you can gain from that. Oh, got the the shaman got the interrupt. If that Shadow Blast ability is like a really long cast time, but really big damage, so it's really important to interrupt it. It was close. The shaman got it in like the last fraction of a second there. Oh, he's getting blasted. All right. So this dungeon has 4 bosses. Typically, you can skip bosses 1 and 3, and then you would only kill bosses 2 and 4. Is that the Fan of Knives dagger I saw in your bags? Yes, Liz. This is the first thing I bought. The first, 700 gold I had, I bought a Titan Steel Spellblade. For me, that's priority number 1. This item is the best Fan of Knives weapon in regular Wrath of the Lich King. Just the whole game, regular Wrath of the Lich King. This is the absolute best. Nothing's better. And you might be kind of surprised because this is a caster dagger with spell power on it. Spell power is totally irrelevant. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't help your poisons. It does absolutely nothing. The 2 things about this item that make it good are that it's a dagger and it's 2.5 weapon speed. Fan of Knives does bonus damage with daggers, and it does more damage when you use slower weapons with it. So Titan Steel Spellblade is really unique and special because it is a unusually slow weapon speed for a dagger. So even though it doesn't have any other stats, it's just those 2 factors about it are enough to make it be the best weapon. And, maybe with some of the rehashed and reworked loot, something else becomes better that comes out later. But, this is going to be a good start. Oh, they're going to kill me. I think. Oh, okay. Good. Okay, so I clicked the little orb there without the group having to go up and fight that trash pack. Might end up with a communication issue of, maybe they won't realize that I did that. And they might go up there anyways. But hopefully I saved the group a little bit of time by doing it like that. Bandit belt? No thank you. Let's see. I clicked first orb. I clicked other orb. I do have some translation software. I clicked other orb already. Let me see if I can. I don't know if the translation's going to be any good. I have a bit of an issue communicating with the Chinese-speaking players because I don't speak Chinese. Sorry, the spoken language is Mandarin. The written, no, don't go, no. Wait, they understand. Yes, they understand. Yeah, I think we're going. I already clicked it. Let's go. Not playing Assassination on Wrath first phase. Well, I think I'm going to be Assassination when I get max level. I've just been using combat for leveling up. Double Lich King 25 heroic 284 daggers, not better than this. Not for Fan of Knives damage, Birkin. For a lot of other things, yeah, they're way better. I mean, this is a weapon for Fan of Knives and nothing else. When it comes to rogue AoE, like, if you really want to do well, you have to switch into weapons, set up a weapon swap for, like, your AoE weapons and your single target weapons, because what's good for one is not good for the other. What did the teammates say? I can try to find out after this boss. The translation program I have doesn't work super consistently. It works sometimes. It can be a little slow. Slasher's Amulet? Yo, yeah, I'll go for that. Need roll? Maybe we win. At least one other person's rolling on it. I did not win. Hang on. What the fuck happened? Okay, hang on. Can't go up anymore. It's already been... Okay, yeah, the program's scuffed. It, like, puts the translation up sometimes, and then it hides it if I press any keyboard button. I'm just not gonna fuck with it right now. Oh, little Mind Soothe skip the trash pack. I see. That's good. I guess I could skip that trash pack with a sap also. I was embraced by a vampire. Oh yeah, the vampire boss, it like you know, sucks blood out of people and stuns them. Somebody casted Mind Smooth on me, says Plexin. Smooth. Will you, Erkin? Yeah, I don't know what I'll do exactly. You know, probably have one single target build and one AoE build, but prior to the raids coming out, I might have just like a AoE build and then like a farming build or something. You know, I'll work it out. You know, what I need for dungeon grinding and farming gold is different than what I need for, you know, doing big damage in raids. Alright, I'm holding my cooldowns for the insanity part. This ability sucks. Pop all of those idiots. Help the other people with their shadow illusions. Okay, never mind. I get knocked into the air. Alright, rest of the cooldowns. The next insanity. Here it comes. If you have really, really big DPS, you can kill that guy before he finishes casting the second insanity. That's pretty sweet. Are there any pickpocket farms worth doing? Well, I remember in Wrath of Lich King Classic, I was doing pickpocket farming to get the Decahedral Dwarven Dice. They're like a really rare drop off of pickpocketing high-level humanoids, but they would sell, at least on my server, for 10,000 gold a pop. So it ended up pretty good. I would farm the Cathedral of Darkness, and then I'd pickpocket everything, and then I'd pull it all, Fan of Knives it, and AoE it down. I have a YouTube video. If you search, like, Simonize Cathedral of Darkness, you'll see a bunch of, you know, stuff about farming Cathedral of Darkness on a rogue. Alright, I realized I'm a little low on durability. So, gonna pop, like, this last black root here, and then we'll take a quick stop back into town, hit the repair that I should have hit before leaving, sorry. Yeah, that I should have hit before leaving town. Now I see that my durability is scuffed. We'll get it taken care of. So I have no idea if Decahedral Dwarven Dice, or you can get the Troll Dice that are the 6-sided dice. I have no idea if those would sell for a lot on this server. I haven't really looked. But certainly the Cathedral of Darkness farm would be good, just off of the merit of, you know, it's going to drop a lot of Frostweave Cloth and a lot of greens and stuff. Let's see. Wants you to take the Anderhol's Slider Cider and use the nearby out. No! Bro, it's the outhouse quest. Oh my god, this is the most ridiculous quest. Riku, thank you for reminding me. I sometimes forget. This is maybe the most famous quest in all of Grizzly Hills. We need to get the partially processed amber seeds. Doing your duty. How are we going to partially process them? By eating them and then pooping them. Uh-huh. Yep, that's the lore of Grizzly Hills questing. Yep. Yep. This an ally-only quest? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Horde have an equivalent. Doing your duty. Partially processed amber seeds. Oh my god. Crit, attack power, stamina. Yeah, we don't really need any of these. This is about the same as a ring I already have. We've retrieved the amber seeds. Again, you know the drill. I know. Back in the bucket. Wait, what's going on here? What about a bucket? There's some follow-up I need to be paying attention to here. Jeez. You know what? Let's leave them and they can do their poop science, you know, on their own time. I am gonna go over and keep doing these other quests. Grey Mist Hunter and Cedar Chest. Atomu says, I was not aware. I do WoW RP quests every day, IRL. Yeah. Me too. Okay, there's a couple regions. This interface is default in Wrath of the Lich King. This is not an add-on that you're looking at here. This is basically they imported Questy into the game, like made it part of the base UI. Oh, someone else came by and killed this wolf. I will happily skin it though. That's not a problem for me. The stags, we need those for the venison. And the wolf right there. Oh, shit, this wolf is killing the stag. Okay, well, let's aggro this guy. And then let's come over here, stop this situation from happening. Good, good. Get to loot and skin all of them. There we go, 2 out of 8. Oh, this is great, dude. It's 2 different types of mobs and they're fighting each other. Let's see if I could draw a threat off of him. Perfect. Okay, they're both on me. Sometimes if the mobs hurt each other too much, then when you kill them, you won't be able to loot them. So I wanted to make sure they both started attacking me just to, you know, not have a risk of that happening. 3 more stags there. Garlic says you're spamming random dungeon finder and getting sus groups, mid groups, and forgot I could just AoE farm. Are you playing a mage or what class are you playing that you're planning? You're gonna just AoE farm. Human racial plus icy veins. Oh, yeah. So humans get a new racial. Dwarves get a new racial. Night elves get a new racial. Humans get a new racial. Basically, all the alliance races now have some form of damage bonus racial. Which was not the case in like regular Wrath of the Lich King. Humans get an ability called Lionheart. It's a 3-minute cooldown. Increases critical strike chance by 15% for 15 seconds. which is really good. And they get that in addition to all the racials they had before. So I still have Will to Survive to break out of any crowd control, and I still have, you know, bonus expertise with swords and bonus expertise with maces. But it's, I mean, I think it's basically because almost every Horde race had damage gain racials, right? You had Troll Berserking, you had Orc Blood Fury, you had Blood Elf, like, Mana Tap or Energy Tap, I'm not sure what it was called. But it's like, the Horde faction already was loaded up with damage gain racials, so, like, it's kind of just like, yeah, you probably have damage gain racials on most of the Alliance races, too, so I thought that was good. Caribou Cowl of the Monkey we just looted. Let me see this. 51 agility, 78 stamina. No thank you. Ours is way better, and it's not close. I bandaged, but I had a bleed. I didn't notice this mob had put a bleed on me. Okay, well, unlucky for me. How are we doing on the dungeon queue? 6 minutes into an 11-minute estimated queue time. Yeah, I had really fast queue times at the earlier levels. The Wrath of the Lich King dungeons, it seems like people aren't queuing them up as much. And, you know, I was talking about, like, 3-4 minute queues. And now I'm talking about, like, 12-minute queues, usually 10 to 12 minutes. /played on this character is at 3 days, 8 hours, 51 minutes. Some of that is time spent just AFK in town, not doing anything. You know, I haven't really been super min-maxing the leveling as fast as humanly possible. There's definitely other people leveling way faster than me. Like, there's a lot of people level 80 and have been for a few days. But, I've been doing other stuff like, you know, leveling some professions, like keeping up with skinning and mining so I can make a bunch of gold. Because I need a bunch of gold. So I figured, you know, multitask and get multiple things done at once instead of laser focusing leveling and then being effectively naked at max level with, you know, no professions, barely any gold, and, let me... Healing potion, I was about to die. Alright, now we netherweave bandage. So, I mean, I purchased a Spellblade for 700 gold. I already purchased dual spec for 1,000 gold. I was able to buy all of my mount trainings the moment I gained access to them via, you know, the level. Like, you know, 20 for basic mount, 40 for epic mount, 60 for flying mount. Trained all of those. Already have dual spec. Already have Titan Steel Spellblade. And as soon as I hit 77, I'll get cold weather flying. I already have enough gold for that. So, I mean, the time I've spent, you know, earning a bit of gold has been, I would say, well worth it. How are you making gold? I would say most of my gold comes from mining. Mining has been super lucrative. In the lower levels, I was pretty much just going into random dungeon finders, and then between the dungeons, I would just go to, you know, I'd be like in the Badlands. Eastern Badlands is a really good spot for mithril, and like high density mithril. So I'd do a random dungeon, I'd get out of the dungeon, I'd do like one lap around the mithril area there, and, you know, then the dungeon queue would pop again. But I'd picked up 15, 20 gold between the dungeon. And then the other thing, you know, outside of those professions, like just mining, skinning, selling basically everything I get in my inventory. The other thing you can do is there's a new currency here. This is a new thing called Titanic Fragments. You get them from doing gathering professions, you get them from doing quests, you get them from doing random dungeons as well. What's this guy doing? Right, these are used, you cash them in for trade goods that can help you level your profession. And if you don't want to use those trade goods to level your profession, you can just sell them on the auction house. So whenever I got behind in mining skill, I'd just get a bunch of ores with my Titanic Fragments that I could smelt to gain more mining skill. So I would stay up to date and able to mine everything that I, you know, was encountering. But, you know, now that the mining is pretty much sorted, I just take the titanic fragments and I just, you know, convert them into whatever converts to the most gold, and then I sell a bunch of gold. I can usually get about, you know, between 15 and 18 silver per titanic fragment. So this is like a little over 200 gold worth of titanic fragments. Are we done with this? Yeah, we are actually. Okay, we're done with the succulent venison and the gray mist hunters, and never mind, we're not done now because he just dismounted me. Next. Yeah, I did make a spreadsheet for this to help me look up the prices and do a quick calculation of the conversions. It's in the public, like, spreadsheet folder under the, like, crafting and gold making spreadsheets. So if any of you are Titan Reforged people, you can, I'll show you that. If you're watching this VOD on YouTube and you're interested, the Discord will be linked in the video description. So check that out. And then you can go read here first, start. And at the bottom of that, it says looking for a spreadsheet. Here's the Google Drive. And you can go crafting and gold making, Titan Reforge, fragment comparison. It's not made to be like super user friendly. I kind of just made this for myself. But if you look at shopping list, gives you instructions of what to do. And then data imports gives you instructions of what to do. And then you're just importing the data, and here's your crafting list, and the per fragment value is what you want. The thing you want to buy is the thing that has the highest per fragment value. But you probably don't want to go all in on one item because it's just hard to move a huge volume of a single item. So you probably like diversify among the top 4 or 5 different things if you're unloading a large amount of fragments. Alright, let's go get that cedar chest. Never mind, let's go to a dungeon. Where are we going? Wait, someone declined the invite. Never mind, we're not going to a dungeon. Better luck next time. Okay, maybe this time? Damage dealer? Yeah, okay, we got the Nexus. This is one of the lower level ones. I can access a lot of higher level ones, so we kind of low rolled getting this one. A little less experience than we would get in a higher level dungeon, but that's okay. We got tank, healer, priest, hunter. All right, we got plenty of duration on the poisons. Let's go raid target icon, circle. Now, I'll be honest, wait, he removed his own target icon? He doesn't like having a target icon. Where are we going? He's going that way? Where are we going? Okay, he wants to go that way? I guess we're going that way. Most groups I'll see go through the main boss room at the start. I think it covers, you know, less trash in total if you go that way. Now, some people in my guild, man, they don't like rogues. So people tell me that, oh, rogues are so useless in dungeons. And I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the rogues they're just playing with are bad. Because I feel like I have a pretty good time in dungeons, and I feel like I'm generally doing a good amount of damage in dungeons. You know, I've had, you know, random dungeon tanks specifically ask me to re-queue with them because they were impressed at how much damage I was doing. So, I don't know. I'm saying some people in my guild, they you know, throwing mad shade about rogues in dungeons, and I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing what that is. Story as old as time, true. Right, how much we pulling? Is level 70 tank, is he trying to pull super big? Can we pull super big? Disarm that guy? No, just doing a little bit. Not pulling super big. Backing up. It's good so we don't multi-pull. If you go the other way through this dungeon, if you go into the boss room at the start, like I had said, you skip this entire hallway. You pull like one trash pack you wouldn't otherwise, but you skip this whole hallway. So it's definitely better to route through the boss room, and then you like double back a little bit to get to the mage boss. Then you don't do any of this. Pagani coming in with a dad joke. Okay, let's see it. Why did the lamp not sync with the ship? It was too light. Nice. Love it. Ooh, I could have kicked that flash heal. Let me focus the cleric. Oh no, they're both clerics. Okay. It was just the other one that was casting at first. Oh, probably waiting on healer mana. Oh, but the healer's not drinking. Well, my strategy has always just been follow the tank and kill whatever the tank, you know, does. You know, whatever the tank pulls, we just kill it. You know, I have a bit of a communication barrier here in not being able to communicate very well. So I gotta just kind of follow some simple rules to get along and get things done. Man, when we get Tricks of the Trade at level 75, ooh, it's gonna be so good. I get Tricks of the Trade before doing a Blade Flurry killing spree, and then I'll never pull threat. That'll be excellent. Man, this dungeon, I'll be honest, it does not have a lot of rogue loot that I've seen. I've seen a dagger drop off of the last boss, and I think that's the only piece of rogue loot I've seen in the entire dungeon. It seems like it's almost all caster loot in the Nexus. Balfour says you leave for a few hours, eat your dinner, and come back to Simonaz owning the DPS charts. Okay, well, this pull's not very good because I have none of my cooldowns active, okay? Only 1,000 DPS, okay? We can do better. Look at this, dude. Matching super cool looking fist weapons. Oh, he got frozen. Pick that. Alright, we'll have Blade Flurry Killing Spree up for next pack, and then save Lionheart Adrenaline for the boss, I guess. Where are we going? Nope, not that way. We gotta go this way. Yeah, they're pinging. They're pinging. Maybe the tank is unfamiliar with this dungeon. That could be the case. Oh, please don't. Oh, okay, never mind. We pulled the boss with it. Alright. Evasion up. This is a problem. Stun. Cloak. Healing potion. Finish this guy off if it's just gonna plant me over here. Oh, I'm dead. Tank is dead too. Yeah, that is not the way to do that pull. Oh, wait. Damage dealer no, wait, that was the healer that left? All right. Try again. We got the classic question mark, ... situation. Oh, this guy... Maybe we shouldn't have queued in until after we wiped. I didn't expect to get a healer that quickly. They might just immediately leave after that. Oof. Alright, that was a little awkward. Question marks flying everywhere. Is that from... Who is that from? It's very hard for me to figure this out, so I can't read the text. 5-character name. This is a 4-character name. That's the tank going quadruple question mark. This is the only 4-character name from this server. This name has a IV after it. They're from server number 4. I'm on server number 2. So there's, oh, what's he doing? Having a connection issue. Perhaps. Well, he wasn't supposed to pull the trash pack and the boss at the same time. It seemed like he was just unfamiliar with how this, how to do this dungeon. So what should have happened is he should have used like a range attack to pull the pack of 4 out of the boss room and around the corner. We kill it there, and then we can engage the boss without engaging the trash. So sometimes random dungeon groups are not the best experience per hour you could be gaining. Just putting it out there. That it is not always the best thing to be doing. Huge win that the healer stayed. True, actually. No, wait, he's not... Wait, he's intentionally pulling the boss with the okay. He doesn't... I don't think he understands that he can pull those separately. He's taking way too much damage from these fire bombs going off. Stupid ass ability. Alright, now we'll be fine. Interrupt the Ice Nova. Poke. Can't kick yet. Now I can kick. I have Threat. Vanish. Killing Spree during that dumb ability. I hate that ability so much. Alright, here's the split. I'll watch this one. Oh, Ice Barb. Okay, that's the one that I basically can't interrupt. I'm actually going to go on this one. Time stop. No, thank you. Interrupt that. Kick that. Remember when you were talking about obnoxious abilities a few streams ago? I don't remember that discussion specifically, but this is definitely an obnoxious ability. Some stupid plate bracer. I do not need it. Apparently no one else needs it either. That went out for a greed roll. The new gaming chair weighs 37 pounds, Pagani. That seems like that's too much for a chair to weigh. It seems really heavy. What has it got, like lead weights in the feet or something? Like where's it getting up to 37 pounds? Heavy gaming chair for heavy gaming. Okay. Skinning here. So we need to do the big elemental boss, then we need to do the giant boss, then we can do the dragon boss at the end. This is the healer in back. Always got to be aware where the healer is, where the tank is. What's this? Ferocious Inspiration from the Hunter, 3%. Alright, we going? Going good? How's your rage doing? Rage is a lot of rage. Okay. Switch target. Yeah, I'll go on the caster. Oh, never mind. I have threat on this too now. Ouch. Switch. Oh, there's two casters here. Well, it's Blade Flurry killing spree time. There we go. Do some skinning. Got plenty of Borean leather. Sprint to catch up. What do we got here? Did the hunter shoot those? I don't think the tank was there. I think the hunter just shot those. They actually separate them. It looks like they separated them from the Chaos Rift, maybe? Or they're just outranging the Chaos Rift. Oh, that's got a bunch of dots on it. That blind ain't doing shit. Too slow with the kick. I'll be ready with the kidney shot. Taking too much damage, throw a stun to protect myself, back away so it doesn't smack me again. It's dead. Perfect. Alright, we'll move along. Healer drinking. Alright, good. Jump time, jump. Look, at the rate we're going, we're gonna do Blade Flurry like every other pull. It'd be great. There's so much blade flurries. It's Retri says, I want to start leveling on Titan, but ally is locked for faction balance. Yeah, that was a problem for me when I was creating the character. You really just have to check it pretty frequently. Like, sometimes, you know, one faction's only up for, like, 15 minutes. So it's like, if you've got time, you know, just be logging in, you know, checking. And eventually you'll get lucky. I don't know what possessed whoever it was that decided we were going to play on this server for all the English speakers. Like, playing on a PvP server, meaning it's going to be faction locked, you know, that seems really obnoxious to deal with. So you have this exact problem of people trying to play, but then they can't play. What is faction locked? So the Blizzard like keeps track of how many people are creating characters on Horde and how many are creating characters on Alliance. And if they get too far apart, they just disable character creation for the faction that has too many people. And then you just have to wait for people to make more, say in this case, more Horde characters before they'll unlock creation of Alliance characters again. And the purpose of that is so that you know, the factions stay relatively balanced on the PvP server, and you don't have this situation where, you know, it becomes a landslide of like 70% one faction, 30% the other faction. Tome of Conjure Food. Oh, okay. Is this valuable? I hope it's valuable. I would guess it's not valuable, though. Oh, the warrior does not have threat. The hunter pet, the crocodile, has threat right now. I'm gonna love it so much when I get tricks of the trade. Like, imagine if I was just doing tricks of the trade and pushing a huge amount of threat into the tank every single pull. Like, that'd be crazy. It'd be so good. I need one more level. We get it at 75. Like, 2/3 of the way through this level, approximately. Probably won't level up from this dungeon. Probably this dungeon plus a little more quests plus one more dungeon, I think, will get me there. Serpent scales. Dude, I swear everything in this dungeon is caster loot. What are they doing over here? Some kind of quest. Can't see what the quest is. Whatever. It's fine. Phased mana surge. Yep, that's what we want. Waiting on mana. Oh, there's space pull. Blow this stuff up. Take the mana burns. Good. We get a mana restoration effect after killing that. Storing 175 mana per second. Wonderful. Alright, we're going in. Chaotic Rift. Expose up. Slice up. Hitting. Oh, tank health is low. stun, stop that arcane blast from going off. This will be a kick to stop the arcane blast. This will be a gouge to stop the heal. Whenever the tank health dips low, I try to throw out some stuns to try to relieve some pressure from the tank. Give the healer a little bit of extra time to catch them up. Yeah, one thing I've noticed is, like, on the Chinese realms and the random dungeon finders, people wait for full mana very often, or nearly full mana very often. And I think in the, North American realms, the random dungeon finders, people be like, oh, the healer's out of mana, that's the healer problem, we gotta keep pulling. Just always keep pulling, and make it work. This is more like, man, if the healer sits down to drink, everything stops. Weird respecting healers. Yeah, it is pretty weird. I agree. We just need to pull the dungeon faster. You need to pull more mobs, dude. AoE the mobs. Kill the mobs, keep moving. I guess it's kind of a weird juxtaposition of, like, they will skip every single skippable boss to save time or, like, be efficient, but they'll also wait for mana, like, constantly. They'll be waiting for mana, like, whenever it's not full, and, like, that slows the group down, so it's, like, the opposite of going fast. I mean, okay, in some ways, like, if you have enough mana to make the pull happen, then you're good. But, I guess if you're waiting for full mana more often, it's like, well, if something goes bad, then you don't suffer as much because you don't wipe, right? If your healer had a full mana pool and something went wrong, versus your healer having just barely enough for the planned pull, and then something goes wrong, and then you're in big trouble. Never mind, we're pulling that. Alright, there's some good tech in this section. When you get to the giant boss, after you kill him, you just want to do teleport out of dungeon and then teleport back into dungeon, and that'll bring you right back to the start without killing any more trash packs. And then you can go right on to the last boss. It's every group I've been in for a Nexus has done that. Pick Tranquility. Where are we going? Also, like, 95% of the groups I'm in, they put a circle mark on the tank. I think that's great. I feel like tanks should be marked, like, almost always in a group. Like, it really helps to see clearly what's going on. And that's something that doesn't happen a lot in groups in North America, I think. There's, the NA realms. Happens sometimes, but, like, not nearly with the consistency that it happens in the groups I've experienced so far here. here they have a mark on the healer as well. Like, the tank and the healer, honestly, they're the only two important people in a dungeon group. You know, who gives a fuck if a... Oh, okay, well, that's a dead healer right now. Okay, hold on. I gotta lock in. Evasion up. Focus the mobs that can cast Tranquility. Is the Shadow Priest? Yeah, the Shadow Priest is now the healer. They dropped out of Shadow form. That's something I noticed too, is like this healer, the Shadow Priest is just fucking locked in. They saw the healer died and they immediately dropped Shadow form, started healing, everything's fine. There's another group where like something bad happened to our tank, and then the Ret Paladin in the group just immediately put on a shield and pulled the next pack and tanked it. And it's like, man, there's probably like 4 Ret Paladins in all of North America that would do that. It's not like, you know, without missing a beat, like something happened to the tank, the Ret Paladin just has a shield on and is pulling the next pack instantly. No one had to like ask him to tank or anything. He just did it. It's like, bro, the damage dealer classes, you know, for North America players, they're like allergic to doing anything other than damage dealing. What the hell are these seed pods sprouting again? The fuck is that? I don't think I've seen that before. Alright, this is the dude. We can mine his corpse if someone actually loots it, but what might happen is no one loots it and then they teleport out of the dungeon and back to the start, like I was saying, and then I don't get to mine his corpse. Player killing spree. Probably should have used the human racial, the Lionheart, prior to the killing spree. That was my bad. What we got? Greaves of the Blue Flight plate. Greed roll that. See if we get a chance to mine the corpse. Yep, we do. Okay. Got it. Sun Crystal and Geodesic Fragments. Okay, teleport out. Why don't you TOT first? Oh, I don't have Tricks of the Trade. I would love to cast Tricks of the Trade. Fuck is this shit? Can't teleport back in because this mob aggroed me. There we go. Alright, let me see if I can get a translation of what they're saying. Sometimes my translator thing works, sometimes it doesn't. It's looking like it's not gonna work. Maybe it's like detecting the English chat and then not messing with the Chinese characters. Yeah, all good, Bagel. Don't worry about it. I want to cast Tricks of the Trade too. Warrior, please don't let the healer die. Alright. Jeez, is he just gonna run around like... forever. Dude, I'm gonna get tail swiped. I'm gonna get breathed on. Brother, please. Oh, vanish. Why? Maybe I guess he doesn't know that he can just jump in place to satisfy the movement requirement on this boss. If you stand still, you get a stacking damage over time debuff. But you can just jump up and down in place, and that prevents the application of the debuff. We do not need this circus act running around. Oh no! Oh my god. Oh, tank is dead. It's okay, boss is almost dead too. Attuned crystalline boots. Okay, greed roll that. Alright. We did it. Leave instance group. Okay. That was a good try. I'm gonna re-queue and then I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. Loot that guy, skin him. Get rid of the BRB sign. Where were we going? We were going for the cedar chest. Alright. Back to the Grizzly Hills questing. Love Grizzly Hills. Top 10 zone of all time? Easily. Top 5 zone of all time? Maybe? What do you guys think? Oh, my poisons fell off. Okay, zone carried by soundtrack. Soundtrack is top tier, yeah. Soundtrack is absolutely great. Do some new wound poison on the weapons. Well, that's unlucky for you, huh? Alright, all 3 quests completed. Let's, we could take the road back to here and then up to the lodge again. Turn in 3 quests. 3, maybe 4? It's 3. Yeah. I'm sure that paladin could handle 2 orc grunts or whatever. We could maybe do the PvP quest that's right here. PvP flagged anyways, it's a PvP server. Wonder if it gives good XP. This guy goes, "What do I do in Sunken Temple? I'm lost." Cheeto Man says, "Leave." Yeah, some dungeons, man, they're not good. They're very, very long. Like Sunken Temple. We made it back to the lodge. Them or us? Alright, Eagle Eyes, Imperial Eagles. Replenishing the storehouse. Venison, okay. Take their rear. Grizzly flanks, okay. Local support. The cedar chest. Okay, what do we got here? Patch hide pants. 56 agility, 37 hit, 76. Damn, that's a huge upgrade. I mean, I dropped 60 stamina, but I'll take that. I'll take that for sure. Equip those right away. Boom. Cedar chest to Ivan at Aspen Grove Post. And Troll Season. Amberpine Lodge wants you to speak to Samir at Granite Springs. Okay, so let's just go talk to the dude. Let's go... Make sure we hit a repair before we leave town. Or, you know, been caught in an awkward situation with low durability a few times. That's not fun. Vendor some of the stuff we don't need. Monkey helmet. Maybe I could sell that. Embossed belt. This is the same one I have equipped. It's a second copy. Okay, can vendor that. Claw, fang, thick tail hair. Whale shoulders. Yeah, no thank you. That seems bad. That seems good. Lichen. Get rid of that. Yeah, I think the rest of the inventory is pretty good. We'll sell off most of that stuff. Okay, so we got Troll Season over there. We got Close the Deal right here. The Eagles and the Grizzlies over there. Let's do the PvP quest. I want to do the PvP quest. Artstyle says you went to Best Buy today. And I'm happy I bought my DDR5 RAM last year. 2 sticks of 32 gigabyte for 64 gigabyte is now $907, and I paid $300 for it the same time last year. Oh, damn. That's a huge price increase. What the hell? PvP flagged. When will you get Pyrite Infuser? You know what? I don't know, Setripa. I don't know when Ulduar comes out, but let me tell you what, I'm definitely going to get Pyrite Infuser when Ulduar comes out, just for you. And also, it'll probably be good. You know, who knows? Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but let's say it probably will. Do I get XP off killing these guys? Yes, but not very much. Probably proportional to how much damage gets done. $41,000 experience. That's a decent amount of experience. I wonder if I can get anything good for venture coins. You guys think I can get good stuff for venture coins? I have no idea what you even get with this currency. You can get plenty more. There's other PvP quests in the zone that give venture coins, but honestly, I cannot remember what you even get from it. Maybe there's a trinket. I want to say maybe there's a trinket that like heals you when you kill something. Because that would be great, because I'm still wearing an Argent Dawn commission. Some blue items that are not that good. Well, I've got a lot of green items that are not that good that might be, you know, maybe these other options are better. But I won't prioritize that right now. Let's just keep doing the quests we've got instead of going off on a diversion. Thing is, I don't even know where the vendor for adventure coins is. So I'm just gonna keep doing my cool Grizzly Hills quests on my cool Swift White Stallion and getting super cool experience points. Cedar Chest. Return to Dumont in Amber Pine Lodge. Okay, well, that was annoying. I don't feel like I did shit. Imperial Eagle Slain. I remember having a big problem with this Imperial Eagle quest because the eagles would sit like on top of the trees. And it was very hard to find them that were low enough to the ground that you could actually even attack them. But I guess maybe that's not going to be such a problem. I guess I'm finding them just fine now. I'm shooting these guys because I'm not sure if they're just going to, like, fly away at any moment. I want to aggro them, like, immediately. Because, look, I don't know why it's being so easy for me right now, but I remember just having an absolute hell of a time with this quest last time I did it. Gosh, when was the last time I did this? What was the last character I leveled up? Probably might have leveled up my monk. Tried to do this quest. There we go. Alright, that's all the eagles that I need. Oh, that's a dungeon queue. I think that's faster than the last one. Good. Loot, loot, press enter. Ooh, new dungeon. Haven't been to this one yet on the Titan Reforged Realms. This is the Violet Hold. This one, oh, you know what's the greatest part about this one? You can't skip any of the bosses. They have to kill all the bosses and get a chance at all the loot. I love killing bosses and getting loot. So I am not a fan of the meta of like skipping as many bosses as possible. This one, you have to kill all the bosses. Let's put up a stream prediction. Prediction. Will Simon get any blue upgrades this run? Blue quality item in my bag that is an upgrade. That's the prediction. How long did I put it up for? I think I only put it up for like 1 minute. So you got about 45 seconds left to put channel points in. I should have put it up for longer, but let's just go with it. Polymorphed. Hunters are going to... Yo, they're double hunter? Oh my god, I'm fucked. I've been in hunter groups before, bro. They always take my leather loot. Oh, they're taking my skinning loot, too. Frick. On the thing that I have threat on. Giga Blade Flurry damage, you see that? Look at that meter, dude. 3,000 DPS on that pull. So the way this whole dungeon works is you're in the same room the whole time, and you just go around to these portals, and they spawn mobs, and then you kill the mobs, and then the next portal spawns. And then it's like every 6 portals you get a boss, so you have 3 bosses total. And the first 2 bosses are random. They can be any of these dudes, like, you know, the Errands, the, like, Ahn'Kahet guy right there. Or it could be Zuramat the Obliterator, or it could be whatever. So you can get different bosses for the first 2. But then the third one is always this dragon dude or lady. I'm not sure. I don't remember the lore. Yeah, the last one's always this dragon thing. Damn, bro, dude. They clicked it way faster than me. I thought I was clicking pretty fast. I was not fast enough. Wiping on a boss sucks badly in Violet Hole. Yeah, because you have to repeat the trash waves up to, you know, it's bracketed, you know, every 6 waves is a boss. So you have to, you know, if you wipe on wave 12, you know, you have to redo waves 7 through 12 to get back to that boss. Black Morass Part 2. That is, yep, yeah, that's what it is. Black Morass from the Burning Crusade, very similar to how this dungeon works. Where a bunch of portals spawn and you just run to the portal and kill the stuff. I would say overall, this is kind of a lame dungeon design. Definitely not a fan of this. I like the, like, progressing through a dungeon. You know, moving from one boss to the next to one area to the next that might look a little different. Or have different types of mobs in the area. This one is definitely just kind of lame. Alright, first boss is the Ahn'Kahet guy, Errands. I don't remember what loot drops off of, like, pretty much any boss. Especially not in the normal modes. I remember some of the heroic stuff, because that was, like, way more important to get at max level. But I've just been kind of coasting. Like, I didn't get, like, an Atlas loot add-on to tell me what drops where. I like just sitting here and being excited and wondering at what's going to drop, you know. Big Blade Flurry. What do we got? Cloth Legging Spell Power. Disgusting. Not rogue loot. Let's see, what experience do we get? The guards, we get 1.3 thousand each. The boss, we get 5.7 thousand. Not a huge amount of experience, really. That's just, what, like, 3 or 4? Like 4. It's like 4 trash mobs for the boss. A little more than 4. Yeah, I'm skinning this thing. No skipping bosses here, though. Yeah. Yep. Despite the dungeon design being lame, it does force the group to kill all the bosses, which I can appreciate. Target is tapped. Trying to save the Blade Flurry Killing Spree for one of the multiple mob packs instead of the single mobs, because I gain so much more value out of it. Garlic says about to have to go on D&D. So many groups are asking for mages. Yeah, well, in the earlier levels, yeah, bro. I mean, mages are really, really the top damage dealer to be able to do dungeons fast. Are the later phase dungeons released like Magister's Terrace and Pit of Sauron? I don't know about Pit of Sauron, but there was someone posting in my guild chat earlier today that they got a Swift White Hawk Strider. I'm not sure if they got that from doing Magister's Terrace or something else. But I kind of, you know, skipped over that. That's a Burning Crusade dungeon. I didn't really think about it. Could maybe look and see Pacific Dungeon, Burning Crusade, Heroic, Magister's Terrace. Seems like, I mean, it's on the list. I don't know if we can actually go to it. Should hit 75, you know, either at, you know, when the run is over or right before the end of the run. Look, we got, what, you know, 1.5 bubbles left. You guys know what 75 means. That means tricks of the trade. That means no more threat problems. It means no more dying because I rip threat, because I have Blade Flurry, Killing Spree, Adrenaline Rush, all the trash packs. Tricks of the trade. Oh, very good ability. Very, very good. See, I have this spot on my keyboard. Keybinds reserved for when Tricks of the Trade comes out. You know, that's just where it's gonna go on T. T for tricks. I just think it's one more trash wave and then it'll be a boss again. I got frozen. Klondike Pumper, welcome to the stream, but unfortunately I can't understand what you're writing. I'm gonna have to send it through a translator, or if you could be so kind as to send it through a translator and then post it again, because then I could read it, because I don't speak Mandarin and I don't read Chinese, unfortunately. I have to use translation programs to understand. Alright, where are we going for the boss? Which one are we getting? This guy, Zeromat the Obliterator, welcoming you to the server. Oh, thank you. Great to see you on the Titan server. Well, awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm happy to be here. So many people have been welcoming and kind to me. It's been a good experience. Except I, you know, there was one thing. I'll get to it in just a moment. There were these mages that need rolled on everything in the Underbog, and they both need rolled on the leather agility legs from the last boss, and I will never forgive them for it. That was the one and only bad experience. All the other experience, good. What do we get here? Intellect necklace. Okay, greed roll that. I do not need that. Never trust a mage. True. Alright, now it's a little break before the trash waves start again. Did say something about trying to keep it from the other mage. I think he honestly intended to trade it to you. Yeah, that could be. I remember the guy who did win it, he like tried to trade it to me, but he was unable to because you can't trade the dungeon loot, which, you know, maybe he didn't know. You know, because heroic dungeon loot you can trade in most cases, but not this dungeon loot. Oh well. That's focusing on the bad. Everything else has been great. I'm just kind of making a joke about that situation. Not stun it. Slice and dice. Expose armor. Kick the frostbolt. Oh, the DK got it first. Is it level 80 loot that's tradable, or specifically the loot does the heroic check? Usually, if find on pickup loot is going to be tradable, it has to be in a situation where you're saved to an instance or raid ID. The tradability is tied to having the same raid ID as the person you're trading it to. Right? So heroic dungeons have a daily lockout, a daily save, a daily instance ID that you get. You know, raids have that, but regular dungeons don't have that. I got one. Wave 16, one more wave after this, and then boss. Interrupt that stupid magic reflection spell. Don't be casting that shit. Do we have any caster DPS? Actually, we don't have any caster DPS. They can reflect magic all they want. Double Hunter and Rogue. Can't kidney shot these guys. But I can kick to interrupt their spells. How's your day been, Simon? Asked Pagani. Pretty good. I mean, we've been pretty much just grinding levels here, and I mean, I guess I got fewer levels than I hoped I would. You know, we're about to hit 75. We started today at 71. Really just want to get to level 80 and, you know, start doing the level 80 gear farming. Big pop off here. Doesn't this dragon, like, do stuff? Like, I don't know, blizzards on the ground or something? Maybe that's only heroic. There we go. That's a level up. Staff. Nope, no blue upgrades this dungeon. Unfortunately, the doubters win on the prediction. Choose outcome. Any blue upgrades this run? The answer is no. Target is tapped. Of course target is tapped, dude. The other hunter has been like 1,000% on top of getting the skins. I feel like I got like 10% of the skins. Let's see. Gundrak. We can hit Gundrak now in the random queue. Let's hit up the queue again. Troll season. We could just go back here. Turn in one quest. I'm trying to think how I get... Is it better to Hearth now, train? No, I think I have to fly to Dalaran, port to Ironforge, train, Hearthstone, back to Dalaran to get back out here and resume questing. Oh, look, all these auctions that sold. My money. Cobalt, Bloodstone, Chilled Meat, Borean Leather, Borean Leather, Borean Leather. Yeah, we got a lot of leather. Actually, what time? You know what? Fuck the flight. We'll probably just do like one more dungeon and then maybe call it good for the day. So I'll worry about flying around and doing all that other bullshit later. Let's just get to the trainer, get Tricks of the Trade locked in on our action bar, and good to go. Get a talent point into Eviscerate. We can get Vigor next level. This build's kind of scuffed at this point. You know, we got most of the important stuff, and then we're kind of just putting points wherever each time we level up. Gorilla Pants? No, thank you. Ironforge. Rogue Trainer. I gotta make my macro. Rick. Show tooltip. Tricks of the Trade. Cast. At focus. Tricks of the Trade. It's time. Rogue training. We can skip all those other skills. Okay, maybe I should have done that and that. These skills are too expensive. Backstab, feint, tricks of the trade. 27 gold. It's okay, I'm rich. I can handle it. It's okay. 73 instant poison. I don't really use the instant poison. You know what? Leave the instant poison behind. Fuck that. Just get the wound poison restock. Once we're level 80, I'll get the other poisons. see. Where's my focus frame? Right here. Move frame, unlock frame. Just put it, frick. There's a good spot to put this. Put it over here, I guess. You guys don't need to see the focus frame all the time. Here. Alright, so now, instead of going back and questing, we got to the trainer faster. We can go to the auction house and sell stuff while we wait for the dungeon queue. I mean, it's either wait on the flight getting to Dalaran or, you know, do this in town waiting for this to happen. You know, there's going to be waiting either way. Alright, 5 stacks of 10. Bit of lag on it letting me post. I don't know why. Should be able to skin Taurens. Yeah, I think so. They got thick hide, probably. Should count. Why? This was happening earlier today. It was taking so long for the post button to become available. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. 5 stacks of 10. I have 52, so that's 50, so it should let me post. $40 silver each, so if I sell 20 of them at 40 silver, that's 88 gold? Exactly 8 gold. Alright, what if I just go to the default rather than using the add-on? It's gonna let me post easier. Unit price, stack price. Oh, no, this is the selling... I clicked the wrong tab again. 8. 8. I don't know what's wrong here. He's not really, like, putting them into the auction house. Going on. Okay, maybe we can just search the auction house for cool stuff. Paper cutter at 40 gold. I'll pick up a paper cutter at 40 gold. It was like 35 earlier today, and look, there's only one that's at 40. So if I don't buy this one right now, it may be a bit of a, you know, a bit of time. Why is it so I don't know what's wrong with this. I don't know if it's my auction add-on. I don't know if it's just that there's too many people trying to access the auction house. It's super duper slow. Can I buy through this interface? Yes, I can buy that totally fine. Okay, berserking. 800 gold almost for a berserking. How about a life ward? 129, even that's expensive. I saw those at like 75 a few days ago. Let's see, what else? Troll woven. Girdle and shoulders. Shoulders, we might go for the shoulders. The girdle is also a maybe. There's a few different good girdles you can get. You can get one from Titanic Emblems, aka, you know, Badge of Justice. You can get the Troll Woven Girdle crafted, and you can also get the Sharp Barbed Leather Belt from Utgard Keep Heroic as yet another option for a good belt. So we don't really need to rush into this. This one is like you want this, or you want the shoulder pads of the Careless Thief from Nexus Heroic are also pretty good. Wonder what epics, usable items, level 79 and up. Oh, yeah, never mind. I can't click usable items because I'm not level 79. Let's see. Polar Frost Resist stuff. Wind Ripper Boots. Wind Ripper, Troll Woven. Is there like a cloth cloak? Ice. Oh, yeah, Ice Strikers. Yeah, we probably have to get Ice Strikers. This is a very good cloak. We could maybe... It's another one where it's like you can buy the crafted item, or if you're lucky, you can get a decent drop out of a heroic. But, you know, who knows? Maybe you aren't able to get that drop. 1,000 gold for this ring? Is that for real? 900? Yeah, I'm not buying that, that's for sure. That's way too expensive for that ring. Jadesea's Bell for 1,000 gold. Impact Choker at 1,000. Ooh, Signet of Edward the Odd. This is a kind of peculiar ring. You don't see rings with chance on hit, like, procs on them very often. But this is a pretty alright ring for a rogue. I wouldn't recommend buying it for 2,000 gold. Tears of Bitter Anguish. Oh, this is a trinket. It drops in Ice Crown off some Valkyr mobs, but it's like a very, very rare drop off of those mobs. Haste rating, chance on melee, and range critical strike to increase haste rating by even more. I wonder if... Let me reset this. Armor, miscellaneous, trinket, usable items. Are there any trinkets we can get that'll do anything for me? Badge of Tenacity. Yeah, I'm not buying that for 600 gold. Mercurial Stone. That's 27 hit rating. That's 27 more hit rating than the Argent Dawn Commission. Lion Horn of Stormwind. Blazing Emblem. Yeah, it looks like a no. Nothing I would really be super interested in. Do we have any weak pieces of gear? Like, notably weak that are worth spending some gold to upgrade? I don't think so. I think most of our gear is actually pretty good, aside from that trinket slot. Let's see. Weapon, usable item, rare, 71 and above. What do we got here? Magnificent Scepter. That's a spell power item. I'll sort by what are the cheapest items to buy. An agility dagger with... Wait, what the fuck is up with this? It's required level 73, but it's 95 DPS? I have items with lower required levels, but higher weapon DPS. Oh, the Q just popped, but someone else declined, like, immediately. I couldn't pop it quick enough, but the Q should re-pop soon then, I guess? Oh, Zuldrak Arena. Yeah, I forgot about that. There's a quest we can do now that we're level 75. We couldn't do that before. Oh, we got Gundrak. Okay, let's go. All right, let me set focus. The Death Knight tank. Oh, I'm so stoked to use Tricks of the Trade here. Perfect. Top of the damage meter, absolutely no threat issues. Love that. Alright, this one we won't be top of the damage meter because we just blew our cooldowns on the other pack. So, you know, unlucky, but whatever. Ooh, let's do a new prediction. Start prediction. I think the first boss is literally right here. So, this one is also only going to be up for 1 minute. Will Simon get any blue upgrades this run? Prediction is up. You can put your points in if you want to. I will try to close it right before we kill this boss if it's not closed already. Got the interrupt again. I don't think I'll be able to get the next interrupt, though. Stunned. Damn. Missed it. I had the cooldown available, but he just casts really, really fast when he's low health. Alright, closing. Okay, never mind. It's a plate item. Yeah, I don't need to. It'll just close naturally in a few seconds. Greed roll that. Alright, where are we going? We're jumping. You'll have Argent Dawn trinket? Ah, yup. Yup. I do. Funny you should ask. Do these guys all go into the boss and get absorbed, or do I get to AoE them? I'm trying to figure out if I should run in and Blade Flurry. Oh, wait, no, they're marking mobs all the way in the back. Yeah, okay, well, Blade Flurry, Killing Spree, Tricks of the Trade, those things. Wonderful. Man, Tricks of the Trade is just the best. I'm stunned. Ooh, I'm standing in purple shit. It's not good. Tried to get a slice refresh right before that thing despawned, but I was a little too slow. Alright, show me the loot. Show me the loot. Wait, never mind. We don't get to do that yet. We have to do this. I thought the boss was gonna die because his health got to 0. I was wrong. Here we go. What do we got? Leather, agility, hit, attack power, 50 agility. Yeah, that's definitely good. That's definitely a me item. Alright, that's a payout of a yes for all the believers that I would get something good. Where are they going? What's going on? Oh, they're waiting for the patrol, and then they're gonna skip it. Prediction, choose outcome. Any blue upgrades this run? Yes, the answer is yes. Alright, you want to do another one of will I get any more loot? Will Simon get any more loot this run? Again, blue upgrades is what we're talking about. 2 minutes on the clock, predictions up. There's 2 bosses left. Snake boss and then last boss. And I'll close the prediction before we kill Snake Boss if it isn't already. Hello, let me do some skinning. We can't even use the loot we got, but that still counts. You can use it next level. We don't need tricks of the trade when the tank is, you know, 3 seconds ahead of me. Primrose Petal with a change hat request. Okay. Go for the bowler. Drop the Cobra Strike. Alright, we currently have 7,000 points on Believers against 8,000 points on Doubters that I will get even more loot this run. With about 15-20 seconds left on the clock. What is your ping when playing on these servers? Under 200? Oh, 207. Usually it's under 200. They're definitely saying something. I feel like they're talking about what we're supposed to do for this boss. Maybe. I don't know. Pretty good damage. Warlock's a little bit ahead of me. What do we got here? Witch Doctor's Wild Staff. Yep, that is not for me. Back to the middle. Ooh. Love that. Levitation. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're all here. Last boss, Galdara. I don't know what he drops in normal mode, but I know this guy drops 2 really good rogue items in heroic mode. He drops the Hemorrhaging Circle, and he drops the Gored Hide Leg Guards. You have the Water Walking Sprint Glyph? Not right now, no. Do not have that. time on these guys. Kind of dangerous, I think. I think they do a shout that silences people in melee range. The casters have to stay away. Yeah, deafening roar silenced. Yep, that's exactly right. I think they still require high gear score to queue Heroic Dungeon. Yeah, I might have to buy some BOE gear or something at max level just to juice up the item level so I can queue Heroic Dungeons. We'll see what happens. You know, I've got some gold to be able to do that. So that shouldn't be a problem. Oh no, I got impaled! RIP damage output. Damn, didn't get the killing spree off at the end. Shroud of Akali is an intellect cloak. RIP. Reroll that. Okay, so no more loot, just the one bit of loot that we got before. Will Simon get any more loot this run? No. Alright, teleport out of dungeon. No, I meant to do leave instance group. Wait, never mind. Teleport out is for when we're trying to teleport out and then back in. We just wanted to do leave group. Why did David Hasselhoff change his name to The Hoff? Because it's much less of a hassle. Good one. Good one, Pagani. I think that's going to be it for me for today. It's late. We'll be back. We'll do more leveling tomorrow. See if we can crank out level 80 by the end of tomorrow. Been going for 8.5 hours today. So that's about it. I gotta get myself some dinner, get some food in my belly. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed the stream, had a good time. I'm certainly having a lot of fun playing on the Titan Reforged Realms. Leveling up, getting stuff done, making progress. You know, getting gold, we're getting gear, we're getting levels. You know, it's great. I'm having a lot of fun. And I hope you guys are having fun watching.